here's something that I want you to be so aware of that you do not let it slip. And that is that your thoughts create a feeling state in your body. And that is your fuel for how you go out and keep creating or recreating your everyday life. So if you went to bed the night before thinking not so great thoughts because you're worried, like you're legit worried about how the bills are going to be paid, right? How perhaps you're going to get to where you want to go in life, right? Maybe you want your soulmate, maybe you want to change a career, right? Like maybe you want to start a business, like whatever it is for you, okay? But you went to bed in that state of just feeling right? Because there's so much uncertainty, there's so much that's unknown, and there's real worry and fear. Like I get it, right? And then you wake up the next day and that's just residual, right? And what's going to happen in the day that you're waking up to is it's going to be the same day because you're going to still be fueled by that same fire of feeling of worry, uncertainty. And that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good for one. And number two, when it doesn't feel good, you can use that as like your body being a lie detector and telling you that's not your truth, right? It's not your truth to live in that, okay? You deserve more. You deserve better. We just need to understand how this reality works so that we can crack the code. And that's something that I always wanted to understand because I knew that this reality that I lived in, this world that I'm in, is not what it seems. And maybe that's just me searching for higher meaning, whatever, but I have found it and has changed my entire life. And so what I want you to know in this moment is to be aware of how you feel, right? And that feeling comes from what you're thinking, because that feeling, though, is what fuels your day. It fuels you to do or not do anything in your day. I mean, you're going to bed feeling like that. You're waking up the next day, you're feeling like that. Do you really think you're going to be ready and amped up to go and find a new job, to go maybe and apply for a new job, maybe go out and talk to somebody that perhaps looks like somebody you'd want to chat with to be your soulmate, right? Like, would you really do that? No, because you're feeling so crappy. You're feeling like disappointed. You're feeling like it's never going to happen. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So affirmations, I do them every morning. But more importantly, because this is where I feel like everybody does it wrong, I don't want to say does it wrong, it's whatever, but it's a lesson, right? Is that we don't put enough behind the feeling. It's not the words, it's the feeling that those words produce, right? So when you think a crappy thought, you feel a crappy feeling, right? And that's what the fuel is, right? But when you say an affirmation and you don't believe it, your nervous system is like, no, I don't feel safe believing that my soulmate is around the corner, right? The feeling is the secret. The feeling is the fuel. And so you need to make your words, your thoughts, right? Same thing, and your feeling state together. They need to be together. They need to be besties. They need to feel congruent. Because when you get to that place and you're constantly living from that feeling state, that's when things will shift. And how do they shift? Not by magic, right? Like I used to think manifestation was just poof, magic out of thin air. It's the actions that you're going to take when you're in that feeling state. Because when you feel like it's possible for you to meet your soulmate, right, you're going to take action to go to that bar, go to that social meeting, talk to that person at the grocery store, whatever. When you feel like, yeah, hell yes, I can have that career, I can apply for that job, you're going to do it, right? That energy is drastically different than the opposition. And when you can understand this, you will protect your feeling state. You will protect what you're thinking. So that way, when you just go to bed because you're human in a crappy state, you know this needs to stop before the morning, because otherwise I'm creating and fueling the same fire every day. And when you really get that, you will spend more time caring about how you feel. And that, my friend, is what will start to change the whole game for you. And I really want you to understand this, because I really, really, really want you to feel empowered by this message. I want you to feel like, okay, I get it, and then go do it. Because that is what's going to change everything for you. It's going to be such a different game, right? Different thoughts, different ideas, different realities, different actions that you're going to take. And I just want the very best for you. I have always wanted to live my best life and figure out how. And the how was to understand how reality works, but how my brain works, so that I can be empowered instead of disempowered. So I can feel like I can overcome any circumstance instead of being the victim of it, and that this is just how my life is. Like, no. That is not what we get to live and be and do. No. You get to choose. You get to make and create your reality. And I want to help you to do that, because when you do, you're your 90-year-old self and you're like, you know what? I really lived this life. I gave it my all and I had the best time. And I want everybody to be able to feel that if they want it. So I send you so much love, and I'm going to trust that this finds the right people who needs to hear this message today. But if you need help on any of this more deeply, I help women to break the cycle of their self-doubt, right? Get unstuck, get out of their head so they can actually take action, so they can find clarity, they can chill their nervous system out, so they can feel safe taking the action that they've never been able to take before. This is the work I do, so you can create your best life. So you will have the skills and you will have the tools from now until forever to know what you need to do to get yourself unstuck whenever you get stuck. And that is also key, right? Because it's not just knowing, it's actually doing. And when you know the steps, the framework that I teach in all of my things, whether it's my free workshop, which I'm coming up here on the 21st. So if you want to get a taste of my framework and understand how it works, because you can take that into your life and get drastic results, right? Or you want to work with somebody that helps put that framework to use in your specific life, customize it so you can get the transformation that you deserve. This is what I do. This is how I can help you. This is how I serve humanity. So, again, I love you so much, and I hope you have a blessed day.